Marching to the sounds of binary hymn, the foot soldiers of the Adeptus Mechanicus calculate and execute their master's orders at a procedural level like no other warrior of the Imperium can accomplish. Relentless attack dogs of the Omnissiah, the Skitarii fire their galvanic rifles with robotic accuracy. Each and every warrior has received the blessings of the machine god and uses these augmentations to slaughter the enemy with methodical and aggressive force. These Skitarii are warriors born. Every soldier of the Imperium knows this. Similar to the Space Marines, the Skitarius is an augmented warrior whose only role is war. Unlike the Space Marines, these warriors have no will of their own. Their creation is a simple and sad process. And with that said, I want to welcome you guys back to another 40 Facts about the 40K universe. I am your host, Gersh1, and today we're going to be talking about the creation of a Skitarius, or of the Skitarii. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. What I try to do is I create a video with a lore portion that then inspires a hobby portion, so like a painting tutorial or a terrain tutorial, and then at the end we just do a little community get together where I answer some of the questions that you guys left off in the previous video or answer any comments. So if you guys just want to geek out with me about the 40K universe, whether it's something new that's happening for GW or anything like that, just comment down in the comment section below. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, tell YouTube you want to see more of this, and it also tells us to focus on these types of videos, and subscribing, liking, sharing with your friends, all that kind of stuff helps out. But with all that said, let's get into 40 facts on the creation of the Skitarii. As with so much of the Cult Mechanicus' business, the truth of the Skitarii's creation are kept a close-guarded secret. Most Skitarii are born into the service of the Mechanicus, either as natural-born human menials of the Cult Mechanicus who are cybernetically enhanced specifically to serve as Skitarii, or they are genetically engineered clones or vat-born humans who are cybernetically enhanced from the moment of their birth, much like certain types of servitors. Others are repurposed from the mind-wiped convicts or warriors handed over as punishment for failures or desertion. And it's important to note that unlike most servitors, most Skitarii are allowed to retain at least a small fraction of their higher brain function so that they can follow the more complex orders given to them on the battlefield. All Skitarii find a fanatical faith in the Omnissiah soon after their inception. It is then that their true transformation begins. Regardless of where the Skitarii stock comes from, they all end up having pallid bodies of puckered flesh and soldered cybernetics. Ceramic valves and adamantium sockets stud hard knots of translucent muscle. Even the brains of these warriors are grotesque hybrids of gray matter and twisting neural circuitry. The most blessed passive point called the Crux Mechanicus, where their bodies are more machine than flesh. Those that reach this stage of metamorphosis are known as Skitarii Alphas. Some go on to attain the rank of Alpha Primus. They are the overseers who can operate independently for standard years if necessary. They are as solid and reliable as the titanium that replaced their flesh. Those who look for technological consistency in the Skitarii augmentations would be sorely disappointed. Not only are the bionics so different, but the Skitarii themselves change slightly depending on the Forge World. A soldier of the Mechanicus may have a punch-card skull slot and leather lungs while at the same time housing quantum bioware in their brain. It is often said that if one of these enhanced warriors were to be rendered down, traces of nearly every element known to man would be found somewhere in their remains. The tech priests know this not to be an exaggeration, for dissecting is but one of the dark fates a Skitarius might undergo in order to satisfy his master's predatory curiosity. In order to guarantee their undying loyalty to the adepts of Mars, all Skitarii undergo various forms of psychosurgery. Some have their minds wiped of both emotion and personality, and are implanted with mental directives designed to ensure that they follow the orders of their commanding tech priest or magos without question, even to the point of being essentially remotely controlled. Other Skitarii are allowed to retain a certain degree of personality, although their defined traits will always be belligerence and the desire to fight. Skitarii undergo genetic enhancement programs that develop strength and aggression, and are physically and cybernetically augmented to further these traits. During combat, these warriors go into a hormonal-induced rage, and likely become addicted to the adrenal high that close combat delivers. Despite this, however, the Skitarii, particularly their commanders, are neurally modified so that their analytic parts of their brains remain a bastion of calm amidst the storm of wrath, allowing them to quickly evaluate the tactical and strategic situations and then act accordingly. Every Skitarii has the ability to understand binary code, which can be nearly instantaneously sent, received, and understood by the Skitarii's augmented brains. This allows them to operate with remarkable degrees of cooperation, sometimes all the more stunning to be seen in a seemingly ragtag raging horde. Like all other adepts of the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Skitarii are experts at multitasking, and a Tech Guard officer can, for example, effortlessly engage in vicious close combat, direct the forces under his command, oversee the tactical situation on the battle, and provide coordinates for the artillery detachment, all at the same time. But this level of skill is obviously only reserved for those few within the Skitarii forces that need some type of command role. The level of cybernetic enhancements may vary between each Skitarii. Some may have a few genetic and bionic enhancements, while others that are more command role may replace whole organ systems with advanced technology. But most impressive of all is due to their extensive modification, the Skitarii can excel in almost any environment. Each legion hails from a hyper-industrial forge world, so extreme doses of radiations are nothing to those who have strode through the toxic wastes of Mars. And that's the lore to the Skitarii, or the creation of the Skitarii. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now it's time to answer some of the comments that you guys left off in the previous 40 facts video that I created, the 40 facts and lore on the 3 major forge worlds of the Imperium of Man. If you guys have more questions that you guys want to ask me, or if you guys want to see me react to a certain topic, just comment down in the comment section below, and I will try to answer or respond in the next 40 facts video, which should go out tomorrow. But this question comes from Deluxe Productions. A video explaining the sheer massive numbers of the 40K universe. How many worlds are there? How many humans populate the galaxy? How many people live in the largest hive cities? How large are the largest armies? How much of the galaxy remains unexplored? What race has the most worlds and populations? A video that can really explain the enormity of the Imperium and its enemies. That's actually a really good concept, and yeah, definitely I could create a 40 facts video for you guys. What's awesome about the 40K universe is that it is extremely huge. Like, it's the entire galaxy, but you cannot fathom how many hive worlders in one hive city alone there are, let alone an entire hive planet with multiple hive cities. And then that's not including like the underhive, which hosts like really weird things, like besides just like gangs and stuff like that, but entire like species of creatures that are unique to certain hives that aren't in other ones within the same planet. So yeah, I could definitely explain that. And then just like, I think the most fun would be from the Imperial side too, just because I think that has been explored in depth in a lot of the Dark Heresy novels, or not novels, but the Dark Heresy RPG, a game that came out, and like you could actually go into the hive cities, and you were supposed to be like a inquisitorial acolyte, and then your DM was supposed to guide you through all of that, and of course the book would help the game master with understanding the scope of like a hive city and all that kind of stuff. And then it's something that's kind of difficult to grasp even when you're looking at like the codex, because you're creating a warband that at most is going to be like, you know, like a couple hundred soldiers, when in reality a regiment is enormous. If you were to get an entire like regiment size army and fight it in like an apocalypse game, even that would be like it would take forever. The movement phase would just take forever. But yeah, really good concept. Thank you for the suggestion. Next little comment comes from Obi-Wan Kenobi. I used to be a sucker for AdMech before I searched up the cost of the AdMech units. That's the same with every single faction, I feel like. The Adeptus Mechanicus is expensive because a lot of the vehicles are really, really expensive, and they come with very little models. So, for example, I could even look it up, but I feel like the best bet for you as an Adeptus Mechanicus player is to just purchase the Combat Patrol, I think it's called, or Patrol Detachment, or the starter kit. The Start Playing kit is pretty cool for the Adeptus Mechanicus because you basically get the HQ for free, which is a Tech Priest. You need that Tech Priest. And if you get multiple, you can actually kit bash the Tech Priest to look different and stuff like that. And then you also get an Onager Doomcrawler, which is a must. Oh, do they not have the starter kit anymore? Dang. Yeah, never mind. They don't even have the starter kit for the Adeptus Mechanicus anymore. How could you bypass this? I think I want to say, yeah, because you can get the Combat Patrol. The Combat Patrol is pretty cool because, let me show you guys what's in it. So it's basically like the Onager Doomcrawler. You don't get a Tech Priest. Now you get a, what is it called? I think it's one of the Dominus guys. I forget what it's called, but it's another HQ. And then you get a squad of either Skitarii Rangers or what's the other one, Vanguard. And then you have some of the Walker dudes with the tracks. I forget their name. But damn, they got rid of the other one, huh? The Cataphren Destroyers. Or Breachers, if you want to create the Breachers. Oh, it's a Tech Priest Engine Seer, which is different than just your regular old Magos Tech Priest. But that is kind of like the best price. You're getting that Tech Priest for free, which is something that you could use, or you will use in your army. It's a bummer that they got rid of the start collecting for that. I was gonna say, like, another way to bypass that too is like if you can go on eBay or in like any other store, like online store, and find the old Kill Team set. So that came with a lot of Adeptus Mechanicus stuff, and you get terrain, which is pretty nice. Also, if you want to collect Adeptus Mechanicus and you want a starter kit, it's the Necrons. So it's like Skitarii versus Necrons. I forget what it's called, but that box you could probably still find at like a third-party hobby store or on eBay. But damn. But yeah, as I was saying, with the Adeptus Mechanicus, the vehicles are expensive, which really, really sucks. So I feel you. Thanks for the comment. Next one comes from the Senate. Only way to make GW listen is to hurt them in their wallet. They'll just ignore everything else. I think you were referring to the whole thing that's happening right now with like them going after the animators, and it's not really even going after the animators. It's just basically saying like, hey, stop this. Or no, join us or you have to stop. And you're right. Like the only way to get to GW is to like hit them where it hurts, which is their wallets. But nobody's gonna do it. I feel like it's kind of like Apple products with like the new iPhone and the new iPad and all that kind of stuff. Not only do you need to have a lightning cord to connect it to that, a new lightning cord to connect it to your device, so you can't use chargers from old ones. But now they switched the USB portion, so like it's not even USB to the lightning cord or whatever it's called. Now it's like something completely different to something completely different, and like a normal person would be like, yeah, no, you're just making me buy things just so that you can like put more money to your bottom line, and you can like push out the competitors that are making third-party stuff. But nobody listens. Everybody continues to buy Apple products. I'm one of those, and just like that, I'm also going to continue to buy 40K minis, unfortunately. There's really no way, like if there was another hobby or if there was another miniature company that created a game as badass as Warhammer 40K and with as much lore and just like background, then that would solve that problem. Unfortunately, there isn't. Unless you think there is. If you guys have like a fun suggestion for or an alternative to Warhammer 40K, I would love to hear. Comment down in the comment section below. It's just a struggle though, because some of the models look amazing, but the game's not all the way there. Yeah, like there's one, I think it was called, like it was a box set called Hate, I think it is. Those models are amazing, super grim dark. But that's it. It was just a box game, and that's it. As far as I know, they could have expanded on that and stuff like that. But this question comes from first name, last name. What happened to the tech apes? If you're referring to the Jakiro weaponsmiths, they're still around. They're still working with Inquisitors and stuff like that. They're one of the very few rare Xenos that actually gets tolerated by the Imperium, mostly because the Inquisitors rely upon them for technology. So if an Inquisitor has like bad blood with the Adeptus Mechanicus or whatever, he will seek out a Jakiro weaponsmith and try to get their help with technology, because they're pretty savvy in technology. They don't speak, but they're pretty savvy in technology. Check out our 40 facts on the Jakiro weaponsmith if you want to learn more about that. Now, if you're referring to like some type of Xeno empire that existed, because I think there was one a while back, or during the Horus Heresy, and it was probably destroyed by the Great Crusade, because they probably didn't bend the knee to the Imperium of Man. Or, well, not even that, just because they're tech apes, so they weren't from this, they weren't humans, so the Imperium did not accept them, or the Emperor didn't accept them. Now, let's go with a random person. He says, "You guys rock. Thank you for all the videos that entertain us plebs." You're welcome, man. And what is a pleb? I can't remember what a pleb is. Don't call yourself names. This next comment comes from Guardian of the Toasters. Man, if these are just major Forge World, I wonder how strong Mars is. Yeah, Mars is like... it competes with Terra. It dumbs itself down because it doesn't want to get the attention of the High Lords of Terra. But at the end of the day, Mars as a Forge World is just extremely powerful with the weapons and the technology that it builds, and then the knowledge that it holds. Because there's so much like ancient technology that shouldn't be used because the Emperor said so. But yeah, this question this is going to be a comment from Grand Puba. Half Mexican, half Chinese are called Mexinese. Yeah, that rolls off the tongue better than, what was the other one? Chinakin? I forget what the other person said. But yeah. And then this is going to be the last question. It comes from the Lord Darkness, or just Lord Darkness. Please adjust the music volume in the video. You can't hear it at all. Yeah, I removed it because sometimes like the recorder or the mic that we used back then wasn't all that great. So I would have to lower the music really, really, so low. But yeah, now I think this mic is a whole lot better, and then just the sound quality of the voice has gotten better because of the editing software that I've been using and stuff like that. So yes, I probably will bump up the volume moving forward. Thanks for that suggestion. If you guys have more suggestions like that, like how these videos could improve, please let me know in the comment section below. And I really appreciate all the comments. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. This is Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation. I knew I never had that much to lose.